What's up, Havenites, and welcome to what I think is actually episode 20 of the full list. The full list. I can't believe it's already been roughly 20 weeks. I don't think I skipped a week anywhere, but hey, if you have watched all 20 episodes of this thing, thank you so very much. I am going to give a special shout out to Nosh right quick. I love you, brother. I'm working on you a blind box and all that good stuff. I will hopefully get back in touch with you soon. I told y'all last week that I was not doing a giveaway for a couple of weeks. I've got two more things I got to ship out, and then we will get back to going to giveaways. I just got to get caught up on some stuff. Right off the bat, I just want to say thanks for everybody that has been tuning in. Thanks for everybody that has subscribed to the YouTube channel. Thank you for all the likes, the comments. That stuff really does help out a channel like ours, especially considering the fact that we are a very particular niche. Ultimately, we cover comic books, and that's it. That's what Josh and I both love. That's what we cover. Tom covers art. Tom does talk about Tom Price, the Sunday Nights Lines on the Page. He does talk about comics and stuff on his Twitter. You can actually check out Tom's videos, and I believe he has links to his link tree, and you can follow him all the places where he talks about comics and talks about various art and things. As far as all that is concerned, once again, we do daily shorts. We do a video a week, which is released every Friday. Chances are you're watching this on a Friday. I have started a new series, kind of going to be a series. I don't know how many episodes I'm going to do, but it's going to be basically what the best thing current is for each in particular company. The Marvel list, the Marvel current must-reads released this week. So that released on Monday. If you want to check that out, I can drop a link down below also. But for those of you that have been sticking with us, thank you very much. If you have watched all 20 episodes of the pull list, let me know in the comments below, and I'll give you a shout out next week. Or just text me, because I think the two people that's probably done it both have my phone number. Let's get started. The store folio. Wasn't as sad a week as last week. We did have a fairly decent week. There's only one comic in here that I'm really not going to go into, but I am going to mention it, and you'll understand when we get to that one. Like I said, it wasn't a jam-packed week. It wasn't a bad week. It was just kind of a so-so week. Let's get started right off the bat with Godzilla, Here There Be Dragons, issue number 3 by IDW Studios. And check out that Tyler Kirkham goodness on that cover. These have been absolutely great covers. As far as the story is concerned, in this particular issue, our pirate has been saved from the gallows. And there is someone that, I don't know all their ranks and everything, and plus it's from a couple of hundred years ago probably, but from the, I'm going to say the British Royal Navy has come in, and he's also looking to see if there's some type of conspiracy that has got something to do with the Queen and all that. He's wanting to make sure that, as he puts it, he does serve the Queen, but at the same time he serves Mother England, and he's making sure that England's best interests are kept up. They do go into, I believe it was Sir Francis Bacon, how he did hide the treasure and he hid it in Godzilla's cave. As far as our pirate's concerned, he does kind of go into the, there's always another monster. How do you fight a monster is with a monster. This has just been a fun read. Everything Godzilla-wise has been a flashback, has been from the story of the pirate that he's telling because he was supposedly there and witnessed it all. He does call them kaiju in this particular issue, which I thought was kind of strange, but okay, we're going to go with it. Other than that, I think it's only going to be 6 to 8 issues maybe. Might even be 4. I don't know. But it's been so much fun. If you like pirates, if you like Godzilla, you don't want like a long-term commitment or anything, this miniseries, Godzilla, Here There Be Dragons by IDW, has been absolutely fantastic. I believe the person's name is Terry. I believe that's what I'm reading up there. It's Terry, Miranda, and De La Cruz is the primary people working on this book, and they've done an outstanding job. This is actually one of those books that if they were ever come to a con near us, I would probably take and get it signed. That's just how much I've enjoyed it. Next up, we have Batman issue 37. Night Terrors is over with and Gotham War has begun. This is the Artist Spotlight variant cover. Rose Beseech, I believe is the name. I don't know why. I just fell in love with this cover and I wanted this particular one. I think I love the colors. I love the way it looks, everything about it. But let's get to the meat of it. This one right here actually picks up after Gotham Wars issue number 1. Batman is basically on a holy terror. He is going through and he is busting these thieves left and right. He is taking out Catwoman's henchmen and henchwomen left and right. He's going after everyone. Basically the death that happened in Gotham War has almost sent Batman over the edge, and he's just going to put a stop to all of it. As he even puts it in here, no one else dies basically in my town. Zdarsky's, so far in 2 issues, Zdarsky's got me hook, line, and sinker, but that's no big surprise of y'all that know me and have been watching these, because y'all know how much I enjoyed Zdarsky's run on Daredevil. Very possibly one of the greatest runs you'll ever read as far as Daredevil is concerned. But back to Batman. When Zdarsky started with Batman, it was good. I liked the failsafe storyline. I liked the multiverse storyline. But now with Gotham War, I think we're truly getting into what Zdarsky is capable of with these characters. Jason Todd has pretty much turned on Batman. He is working for Catwoman, which we saw that in Gotham War 1. And I believe this is only going to cross over 3 comics, and that's going to be Gotham War, Batman, and Catwoman. It does say in here, I'd have to look it up just to be 100% on that. But at one point, Batman is fighting Jason Todd. Batman has taken folks out left and right. Jason Todd does attack Batman. They get to going after it. The Bat family starts showing up, and we do have this cool scene where they feel like Batman is about to go over the edge, and Batman has to face the Bat family. And while he's fighting them, he's kind of talking, in his head, how to take each one out. I thought that was a really cool couple of pages, the way that was done. Because even he does make mention, I did train him. He does talk about, who's going to attack first, who he needs to take out second, things like that. Naturally, it comes down to Nightwing and Red Hood are the last 2 standing facing Batman, and then Damian shows up to basically rescue his father. Great issue. But there was an amazing twist at the end of it that I did not see coming, and y'all know I like a good twist. Vandal Savage now owns Wayne Manor, and he has found the Batcave. That's all I'm going to tell you about that, and that's a big all of something. Just a great series. I don't collect Catwoman, but I will be picking up, I believe, Catwoman issue 57. Should be out the week that y'all are watching this, hopefully. And I'll definitely be checking that out, because I do want to read all of the Gotham War just based off of what Zdarsky's done with Gotham War 1 and this particular issue. Just fantastic reads. I like the vibe. I like the pacing. This is like Zdarsky at his finest. Next up, we do have Dark Droids Star Wars issue 38. I actually had a conversation with a friend of mine earlier, kind of a brief one, and I'm not reading all of Dark Droids. I'm kind of, I'm not going to go into all that again about how I feel about Star Wars. As far as this issue is concerned, it was a fun issue. I didn't feel like I was missing anything. What I did not know about it, and that I do know now, thanks to a friend of mine, really and truly did not affect this book at all. I know that I think Dark Droids is running all the way up through December, but as of right now, I don't feel like you need to read every single one. In this one, basically, Lando does go to him and Lobot, Lobot, however you want to say his name, do go back to Tatooine. They go back to Jabba's palace. They're going to get the talkie droid, this dude right here, and they do refer to him as the talkie droid. And so he can fix Lobot, but at the same time, the droids in Jabba's palace have taken over and they're attacking everyone. So Lando has basically it's a rescue mission now to get Talkie out. And Talkie does say, hey, I'll fix him, you get me out. But I mean, we all know it's going to go south. Everything does go south. I mean, it was a good issue. Like I said, not knowing what's going on the other Dark Droids books, I still followed this just fine, and it really and truly didn't affect it. So if you're hesitant that you feel like you've got to read all of Dark Droids, go for it. But if you're not picking up Star Wars because you don't want to get into all that other stuff, you can go ahead and pick up Star Wars. It's still a good read. It's still Star Wars. I still stand by what I say. Star Wars main title and Darth Vader are the two best Star Wars books going. And if you actually watch my what to read next list that came out earlier in the week, Darth Vader is actually on that list. Next up, by Mad Cave Studios, we do have Crusader issue number 1. I did not read this, and here's the reason why I did not read this. I was lucky enough to to get a hold of an advanced reader copy a couple of months ago. It was in another episode of the pull list that I covered what's going on in this book. Just a brief synopsis. Templars are fighting. Templar ends up running into some bad Templars. Spell goes wrong. He ends up what looks like orcs, and he's on his journey in this new land to this castle where he thinks humans are at. It was fun. I mean, it really was a good book. There's not a ton of stuff that I don't like by Mad Cave. If you like Templars, if you want like fantasy and you need a break from superhero stuff, but you don't want to go like really dark and heavy on some things, like other independents do. Not that there's anything wrong with it. Y'all know how I feel about my independent comics. But Crusader would definitely be a good one to pick up. Next up, and let me tell you what, as far as independent comics are concerned, 2 issues in, and I honestly feel like Titan Comics has hit a home run with Conan the Barbarian. Just a great story, great art. You can truly feel this is a Conan adventure. In this particular issue, him and Brisma, I believe is her name, they are following the, I'm going to say it wrong, Pit, however you want to say it, P-I-C-T is what they call them. They're the possessed warriors. They are following them. Their whole thing is they are actually collecting the corpses and they're dragging them somewhere. And they are now going through, and if y'all watched a few weeks ago, I called him Conan of Cinnamon. They are actually going through Crimea. I guess that's how you actually say it. I don't know. I'm redneck from Alabama. And they're talking about the harsh lands and everything. We do have a battle in this. This is what you want out of Conan. If you're a fan of Conan and you're not reading this book, you are missing out on this book. It's just been, the first 2 issues have been really good. They've been solid issues. I've thoroughly enjoyed them. This was definitely added to my pull list. I enjoyed it a lot more than what I thought I would. As far as Titan is concerned, good job by y'all. Solid home run so far with 2 issues. Next up, and the bug's going to be Max. I didn't even tell her I had it in yet. We have Fantastic Four issue number 11, and in the background, my daughter just went, bro. Really? Great issue. Ben Grimm's got a puppy that he didn't want. And the issue is mainly about him and the dog. It was, y'all heard us talk about what Ryan North has done with the Fantastic Four. It's just been fun again. To me, they're the Fantastic Four again. It's not the world-ending crisis of the week. It's not the constant, galactic doom and everything. They've been fun adventures. And Ryan North did tell us in the very first issue, the Fantastic Four is a family of adventurers. And that's what he's gotten back to. In this particular issue, there is he's kind of like a carnival magician. I don't know him. Maybe some of you hardcore Fantastic Four fans from days past know who he is. Mr. Miracle, I believe his name is Josh, is what Ben refers to him as, is basically looking for Fantastic Four tech, and the way he gets them hypnotized and the way he controls basically the fantasy that he's put them in. He does wait till they go to bed asleep. He cannot do that to Ben because this dog that keeps sneaking in the house is asleep underneath Ben's side of the bed. It's one of those things where the person that didn't want the cat is the person who ends up loving the cat the most. And that's kind of where we're at with the dog situation. You even see the dog on the cover. Another fun, really good issue, kind of lighthearted. It was fun to watch Ben work through the process and how he talks about how each member of the Fantastic Four would stop what was going on, and then he's got his own little method. It's just really good how he works through all that. This was just a fun issue. Last on the pull list, and certainly not least, we have Moon Knight, issue number 27. So in this issue, Moon Knight and Hunter's Moon, Mark Spector, has a plan to go inside of Vibro's head so he can try to find out exactly what's going on and what Black Spectre's plan is. So what he does is, if you go back, probably within the first 5 to 10 issues, Moon Knight had actually encountered a guy named Holloway, I believe is how you believe was his name, that his sweat, if he touched someone, he could get inside their head. Mark and Bowder, however you want to say his name, they do end up going to him. They get what they need. He ends up getting inside of Vibro's head, and this is really cool because once he's inside his head, Jake and Steven are no longer confined to being just in Mark's head. He's now in someone's head so they can manifest themselves inside this person's mind. That was a really cool aspect. There is a massive fight that's going on inside this guy's head. And the whole fact that Hunter's Moon is a conduit for all of the past Moon Knights, or Fists of Khonshu, he is now able to use all of them in one big fight, which was really cool. We do have a feel-good moment in here that I don't want to ruin for anybody, but McKay is just doing a great job with Moon Knight. I believe next up is pretty much called The Last Days of Moon Knight. I'm hoping that they don't end this. It's been too good of a book. But at the same time, if they do kill Mark Spector, it's already been covered that Moon Knight's, the Fists of Khonshu, have died multiple times, and Khonshu will bring them back if he still needs that particular fist. In fact, Hunter's Moon, he even references that he's on pretty much his second life. This one, it was just a little different than other issues with Hunter's Moon. They refer to each other as brother now, which I thought was really good because that's pretty much who they are. One is one Fist of Khonshu and the other is the other Fist of Khonshu. I would love to see Hunter's Moon get his own series, own mini-series, something. That is just a great character. I really, really, really enjoy his character. But Moon Knight, issue number 27, another fantastic read. I do got a couple of things that I did want to show y'all. Guys, y'all can find these at your local comic shop. And the reason why I'm bringing these up, this is the Marvel previews. There is a DC one floating around here somewhere. This is the Mighty Marvel backlist. But these are free. I watch a lot of people all the time walk right past them. And they don't pick them up, or they're right there on the counter and nobody picks them up. I don't know why, but there is tons of information in here, and this is actually what Josh and I go through about once a month when we do our previews episode of Shop Talk. And I mean, it tells you literally everything that's coming out, so you get a sneak peek to see if that's what you want or not. So I do highly suggest pick these up, kind of go through them. Last but certainly not least, this video is being released on Friday, September 15th, 2023. Tomorrow, September 16th, is Sand Mountain Collectors Con. Nick Ellis from Two Brothers Comics and myself will be riding over. Josh will already be over there with a Haven booth set up. We're going to go check everything out, maybe get y'all some footage and stuff. Maybe, I don't know what Nick plans on doing for Two Brothers, but as far as the Haven channel is concerned, I'll probably get a couple of videos, just do maybe a walk around. I don't know if I'll go live or anything. It'll really depend on how this signal is. If you are in the area or even relatively close to the area and you want to stop on by, hang out with us for a little while. As always, Josh will be signing whatever you want him to sign at the Haven booth. Why would you want Josh's autograph? I don't know. That's up to you. I just like throwing that on Josh all the time for some reason. But if you decide to go to the Sand Mountain Collector Con, you see Nick and I, hey, say hi and everything. Well, we're going to be hanging out. Hopefully Dustin will be able to make it down. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see how that goes. But once again, I just want to say thanks to everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the likes. Thanks for subscribing. And I'm literally waiting on my camera person to start wandering back this direction so they can stop the video, and they're paying no attention to me whatsoever. So I'm just going to keep talking until somebody comes and stops the video. Do I need to spin the camera around, or are you just going to go, what? Are you going to come stop it? Because I'm leaving all this in.
What are you talking
You know I don't edit. The video's over. The pull list is done.
Oh, it is?
We'll see y'all next week.